Hey everybody, welcome back to T.F.C. Today is going to be a two-part series. I'm actually doing chicken and red gravy with potato salad. Comment down below if you are not from New Orleans. Have you ever heard of chicken and red gravy? I'm trying to figure out if that's just a New Orleans thing, or is that a Louisiana thing, or do other people do that outside Louisiana? I don't know. Comment down below and let me know. Alright, we have our electric skillet here. You're going to need something big because we're doing chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs. So I have my electric skillet here. This is going to fit 8 pieces of chicken. So let's get started. Oh, wait, hold on now. How did I forget that? Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit the like button if you like recipes like this. Appreciate y'all. Okay. We have here our pot. I turned it all the way up to 400 degrees. So that's the equivalent of high on a stove, because we are going to sear this chicken. The recipe is going to be in the description box below so you can follow along. All right, we're going to take a couple tablespoons of oil. We have here 8 pieces of chicken. Like I said, that's legs and thighs. And I seasoned these this morning. If you don't have time, you can season it, you know, as soon as you start cooking. Or if you have extra time, overnight would be good too. So we're gonna lay this skin side down in our pan. Our goal here is not to cook the chicken all the way through when we pan fry it, but just to get some color on it. And I use some adobo seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, some black pepper. You can also use seasoned salt. You can also use your Tony Sacheries or Creole seasoning, whatever you like. Go ahead and season up your chicken. Make sure it tastes good. You don't want any bland, dry chicken around here. You want it to have some flavor. You can also use all thighs, all chicken thighs. Don't use boneless. I would not recommend boneless. Don't do anything boneless in this recipe. It just tastes better with the bones. So we're gonna let this brown for like 5 to 7 minutes until the skin gets some color on it. Then we're gonna flip it over and do the same on the other side. So we're back. Let's flip over this chicken. It's been about 5 minutes. It was on high heat. Ah, look at that color. That's the kind of color we're looking for. We're gonna do the same on the other side. See, we have some color on the other side. I'm going to put this in a plate. I'm going to put that in a plate and set it aside. You see all of this oil we have in here? Because the chicken obviously has fat on it, has skin. So we're going to use this same pan and we're going to throw in our next 2 ingredients. I turned down the heat medium-low. Have here a diced onion, just roughly diced. I froze some green onion, but this is 2 stalks of green onion chopped up. I'll go ahead and saute this, and I'll come back in a few minutes to show you what we do next. Let's work on the actual red gravy base. We have here 1 jar of ragu sauce, 24 ounces. Please get the traditional. Do not get the one that has all the fancy stuff in it. You want traditional spaghetti sauce. You don't want sauteed onion and garlic or basil or 3 cheese. I'm gonna pour it in this bowl here. We have 1 packet of brown gravy. Okay, let's mix this together. Here are sauteed onions and green onion. We're gonna put it on low. Let's add our sauce. So this jar, I meant to say, don't throw away this jar. We're gonna use this in 1 second. So to make sure we get out all of the spaghetti sauce, we're gonna take some chicken broth here, chicken broth. I'm gonna pour it in this jar. I personally recommend using chicken broth as opposed to water, just because you get more flavor. So this is how it's gonna look. This is 1 jar of chicken broth in here. Let's pour it into our pot. All right, let's mix all this together. I'm gonna add a pinch of sugar, just a pinch for right now. Might add more later, just to cut down on the acidity of the tomato. One more thing, and this is optional. I am going to add some cayenne pepper, just a dash. If you don't like spicy food, just omit this altogether. You don't have to add this. I add a pinch of cayenne pepper. Please be careful with the cayenne, it's spicy. It's not like black pepper. And let me add some black pepper while we're at it. Let's give that one good mix. Now, of course, you can taste it right now, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna taste all that great because the flavors haven't had time to come together, and you're also missing the critical piece, which is the chicken. Yeah, like right now, it just tastes like tomato sauce to me. We are now going to add back in our chicken. Now, you might have juice at the bottom of this. I mean, it's not much. See how there's a little juice? I wouldn't add that. I don't think it's gonna add any more flavor necessarily. At this point, do not taste this red gravy because you have raw chicken in here. Do not. I'm gonna put it like scrolling or flashing or something. Do not taste this red gravy until this chicken is all the way cooked through. So we're gonna cover this up. We're gonna pour some of the gravy on top, right? So we're gonna let this simmer with the skin side up first for like 30 minutes. Check on it. I recommend checking on it periodically just to make sure that nothing is sticking to the pan itself. Make sure the skin isn't sticking. And yeah, and also you'll check on it periodically to make sure that you don't need more chicken broth. But we'll assess that in 30 minutes and see how it's going. All right, be back in 30. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I've been periodically checking the pot to make sure nothing is sticking and spooning some of the gravy over the chicken. Let's see what we got. Ah, it's looking good. Okay. Now we're gonna flip our chicken over, skin side down. See how the gravy seems to have gotten a little thinner? Because the chicken is giving off water, which made the gravy thinner. So I think it's a good consistency. I'm gonna cook it for another 30 minutes. Like I said, checking on it to make sure that the skin, particularly this time since the skin is now skin side down, and we will be back in 30 minutes. All right, y'all, we're back. It's been an hour total of cooking time. And here we have it. Let me flip the chicken back over. Yes, see how it's starting to kind of fall apart? Now, if you're not good at knowing when chicken is done, then I would suggest you test this with a thermometer. So this chicken is done. Now, off camera, I did add a little more chicken broth and some sugar because it was a little tart for me. But I'm going to make some spaghetti, and then we're gonna plate this up with our tasty potato salad that I made earlier. Chicken and red gravy's done, potato salad is done, spaghetti is cooking now. Stay tuned for us plating this up and chowing down. All right, we're back. It's time to eat. Started dinner a little late today, so it's kind of late and I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. So here's our chicken and red gravy. Here's my spaghetti. That looks good. Thigh and a drumstick. Give y'all some food cam action here. The chicken is good. See how the skin just peels back, and that, look at that. That's tender. Let's try some of that. The chicken is seasoned really good. The actual chicken, not the skin. Seasoned so good. Let me get me a scoop of potato salad. All right, y'all, here's my potato salad that I cooked earlier. I made earlier. I'm gonna take a scoop, a nice scoop. Wow, we're gonna put it right there. Oh, look at that. As we say back home, yes indeed. Okay, that looks so good. And what I also do, which I'll do off camera, is add a little Parmesan cheese to my spaghetti. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time right here on TFC, Travel, Food, and Cars. Toodles!